My cat came in clutch for this. He woke me up because I fell back asleep and he started meowing at the door and shit. And good job, bro. Like, good job, because we have a very good fucking setup here, which is DAX retargeting the highs that we tried to target yesterday. It's so fucking good. Like, here, if you just see a displacement higher, I'm already taking this shit. It's just very, very good. I made my analysis on my phone because I didn't really have much time to do it. Same with AU, like we're just printing bearish. If you remember the zone from yesterday, like if we just start displacing, we're gonna reach back into these lows. 4 hour, we have came off this 4 hour bullish gap. We build structure, we have this 4 hour inverse, but it really doesn't fucking matter. Same as this hourly gap, like it's just like a very easy low resistant trade to the point where I wouldn't really care much about opposing POIs. Nothing's really strong to the point where I would be like, yeah, I need to be careful at this. Like, it comes a lot to interstate, right? I realized like yesterday it was just like interstate really, and I didn't do anything special or anything bad, or I didn't see like a logic explanation why I just couldn't see and apply my edge, right? But the reason is like there's these things that come in your life, such as your sleep, your diet, screen exposure, and all these things, right? They all contribute to whether you're gonna have like a consistent inner state or not, right? That's the thing, right? And I realized that trading is really like almost like a mental performance sport. So we need to treat it seriously, meaning sleeping properly, doing all these things properly, right? I mean, if with a good displacement we can already take this shit. We will not have like best R. I don't think we need to wait for more on this. Generally, I don't think we need to wait. Why I'm confident in this is because we also close below the 50-minute version, and this is also like an hourly. So this is one of those days where I think just like straight off market open, we're just gonna rip higher towards RTP. Sadly, yeah, we can't really like pass the account in like one because we don't have like genuinely like 2.5 hour or whatever I needed, but I think it's decent enough, honestly. Oh yeah, I already hit TP on my phone, so I made like a 3% on this, because like on the broker, like the TP was a bit closer, right? Like we just got wigged because we have like so good context. Like on times like this, like London Open, it's just gonna fucking fly. Like once if I pass this, which is very likely gonna happen, because as I said, like now I'm very consistent, then I'm just gonna go lower risk, because it's pointless to have like very high risk on phase 2. It's pointless to go like 2.5% exactly because of what happened on this account, because of like very unlucky trades, right? Very unlucky trades. I end up like being in drawdown and I'll be like 1%, and it's just like pointless. You know what I mean? It's pointless to risk that heavy, like 1 to 1.5% on phase 2. I think it's a correct according risk. 2%, like you think about it, like the profit target on phase 1 is the profit target on phase 1 is pretty much like 10%, right? That makes sense to go risk 2%, but then in phase 2 the profit target like gets halved, so it makes sense to like almost like half your risk, right? So if I'm going this aggressively, it just doesn't make sense, right? This time I generally didn't even have like a proper analysis in terms of, oh my god, I actually sat at my PC because I woke up late. I just like made my analysis on my phone while I was drinking coffee. I saw the trade where I was like, yeah, if we see a displacement higher, I'm straight up taking it. Like waking up like this and 10 minutes into London Open, like your day is over. You printed 1k for the day at least. Like we're talking about, like we're being modest with the amount that we're gonna make, right? Just making 1k, and then like, yeah, that's my day. Now I'm gonna go to the gym and do some other shit. You know what I mean? I'm gonna go to the gym, do some other shit. Like now my day's over. Like it's just gonna be crazy, bro. And I know it's gonna happen, right? I just know like it's inevitable gonna happen sooner or later. The only like really annoying part, as I said, like when I'm trading right now, since my edge is so dependent on discretion, is like perception control, right? And some days like just not being in the mental state, or not being in the mental state where I can actually trade how it was yesterday. You know, like we all know this feeling when we wake up and we generally feel like we can't see the market, right? And that's so fucking annoying, and it's so hard to accept that sometimes like you're gonna have that inner state just randomly, like you're not even gonna be able to control it to the fullest, and you're like forced to sit on the bench. In days like this, like you either sit on the bench and like save yourself from losses, or you keep trading, you're guaranteed gonna lose. Like 80% of the time you're just gonna lose. So it's like, out of my experience, out of 4 years of experience, I never fucking traded once with that like perception when I couldn't see the market and ended up making money for a day. Like never, bro, never. So that's the annoying part that I'm right now like hitting my head against. I thought that this is just gonna happen, like I thought that this is happening like only when I have like certain distribution, like when I have wins back to back or losses back to back, like that's when my inner state is gonna change. But logically, sometimes even if you get like bad sleep, right, even if you sleep less than enough, you're not gonna be able to see the market and apply your edge. At least since my edge is discretion, I'm not gonna be able to apply my discretion in that day. So that's what happened yesterday, and of course I should have taken the day like off, and yeah, it would have been 10 times better. But yeah, it is what it is, bro. Like, we just had a banger. It is what it is, bro. We just have to keep going. It's a very annoying part that I have to accept that some days, like, I'm just gonna be forced to sit on the bench. Like, and that's it, bro. Like, some days I'm just gonna be forced to sit on the fucking bench. We're gonna see if we pass this. Once we pass it again, I'm really confident in myself. I had like kind of 3 tries. Like, phase 1 I just lost because I just bled mentally. One I lost phase 2 because I was over risked and I had randomly like bad distribution and like some really really small mistakes that ended up punishing me so fucking hard and generally losing the account. And yeah, that's why I think phase 2 is just important to go low risk. Like phase 1, especially if you have like multiple accounts, I think like now I'm trying to really develop like the best like risk management system for like funded accounts, or like on these big accounts. I just generally cannot risk more than 1% even if I wanted to. So I just can't, right? But now I'm trying to develop like for normal funded accounts, I'm trying to develop a risk system and like how to approach it, where is that like perfect balance between like actually like passing the account fast, so you don't just like sit there and just don't sit there and waste your fucking time, and like also like proper risk management. So I think on phase 2 is pretty normal. Like it's definitely clear that you should risk 2%. Like I have no doubt in that you should risk 2% on phase 1, like on phase 1s, yeah, because it's a 10% profit target, 10% 8% profit target. 2% is just like a good risk. 2% is a good risk for phase 1. Phase 2, I would say 1.5 risk. 1.5 risk definitely is the perfect place in my opinion. It's just the perfect place. Aggressiveness and like also conservativeness, because then yeah, it's just a good risk management. 1.5, I think it's a good risk for phase 2. And then of course once you're live, I would go like 1%. Like there's no need to be heavier than that. Even on a 10k account, it's just no need to be going heavier than 1%. So like it's a pretty simple strategy. 2% on phase 1, 1.5% on phase 2, and 1%. Like you gradually just decrease risk, and it's interesting. I think this is the good model in terms of risk management. I pretty much like lost 2 accounts to figure out, okay, what is the good risk management, how should we treat this, because I know I'm gonna pass this phase 1, because like I know my age. Like the problem is not my age. Like my age is very fucking good and it's very easy to apply, and I know I'm profitable at this point. But like generally I just got extremely fucking punished because of being too heavy risk, and not too heavy risk to the point where yeah, you lose your account in one trade, but being too heavy risk to the point where bad distribution can hurt you, and to the point where allocating your capital to one trade idea is really gonna fuck you. I remember one of the days I risked 3% on the trade idea, like first trade, got stopped out, then I had a re-entry, right, and risked 2% on that, on the re-entry, and they both ended up stopping out. Like the second trade ended up just edging my TP and then reversing, and the problem was that then I didn't really fully hit my daily drawdown limit, but I wasn't able to trade for the rest of the day. And that's a crucial mistake, because I have around 2-3 opportunities per day, and then I allocated all my daily capital to one trade. Then I was stuck, unable to pretty much participate in the other opportunities, and then I had like 3 other wins outside that trade that I lost on. So that really fucked me to the point where that day, if I wouldn't have allocated all my capital upon one trade idea, I would have legitimately passed the account and be like, right, that like small crucial mistake. And how you treat that, of course you don't want to risk like all your daily capital on one trade idea. Like let's say, okay, this trade would have gotten stopped out. I risked 2% initially, I would have gotten stopped out, then I have a re-entry and I want to re-enter again, then I go 1%. Why? Because then if I go 1%, I have a 2% remaining for another trade idea. So I always want to leave capital for a potential trade idea. I never really want to place all my capital upon one trade idea. That's just what I learned, right? It's just what I learned. But it's just a very important lesson that I had to learn the hard way. Like I had, like, because of that, bro, like imagine this trade losing. Okay, I allocate all my capital on this, and then having like 2 other A plus setups that end up winning, and me not being able to participate in them because I allocated all my capital on a trade that lost. You know what I mean? So if you don't know, I don't know if I explained this, like I have a very nice good workflow for consistent profitability, which is I start by making my analysis, and then out of my analysis I filter the pairs I'm gonna trade for the day. Okay, I filter, then I place alerts, right? Then I place alerts on my zone, pretty much. In this case, like we already came into the zone, which is like this higher time frame POI that we have here, right? But my entry here gets validated upon the close here. So I'm placing alert, done, right? Alert gets hit, we have a trade. Alert doesn't get hit, we don't have a trade. Like in this case, we already were in the POI, so I doesn't need an alert. We would have opened, right, like somewhere here. I just place an alert here, and I just play league or play a video game until that alert gets hit. Like that's generally how I traded. I'm gonna talk more about my process. Maybe this video is actually gonna go somewhere. Like last week I had 7 wins, 3 losses. I actually did record that shit, but it's so much fucking content that I'm just not gonna be able to edit them. Yeah, you guys have to understand, like you have to reduce cognitive load, so it's very easy for you to stay consistent and apply your system, right? That's what I learned, and that's what I applied, and that's why now I'm finally turning consistent. Before, I didn't really have an analysis. I didn't use to filter out of my analysis, and I used to rely so much on willpower, on memory, on cognitive load for me to actually remember, okay, this is the pair I'm trading, this is the pair I'm not, this is my POI, this is not my POI. And that was extremely hard to do. Like once you do that shit for 1-2 days, you're burnt out. First of all, like you're generally burnt out. Second of all, it's just gonna be extremely hard to remember all these things. Like imagine me like just remembering out of my head, like doing my analysis on all the pairs, not filtering, not doing anything, then relying on memory to remember, oh, this is the pair I'm trading, or this is the POI I'm trading, right? It's so fucking hard. It's almost impossible. So you have to like optimize. Like what I did out of break-even phase and after I build my system is optimize the workflow so it's easy to stay fucking consistent, and I reduce cognitive load, right? So it's so fucking easy. Right now, like my work is done pre-session. 70% of the work is done pre-session. I do my analysis. I don't rely on memory. I'm actually sticking to my analysis, right? I make my analysis. I legitimately filter pairs. I filter pairs and I'm not touching them, bro. I'm not touching the pairs that I filter out as not tradable. We're actually gonna go collector. So now we're just gonna chill. Like this is what I do, guys. It's not bad to play video games, bro. Like especially to help pass time in trading. Just remember that. This is like video games are genuinely helping me become profitable. We're gonna talk about that later. So okay, you make your analysis. I actually filter pairs and I'm actually listen to my analysis. This reduces cognitive load, right? Instead of me trying to remember, okay, this is the pair I skipped, this is the pair I didn't, this is the pair I consider valid, I actually fucking skip it. If you actually see on my trading view, like here I have my valid pairs, and the invalid pairs I just move here, do this, and never fucking check them for the day. Like that, you guys have to understand how much that shit helps your win rate. It helps it massively because you avoid so many mistakes by doing that. You don't even have an idea how many mistakes you're avoiding by doing it. Just think about it. Think about the times where, for example, you took a trade, then it lost, and then you looked at the trade and saw that, oh my god, I actually went against trend here, or oh my god, I actually traded against a higher time frame POI here and I shouldn't have. Just think about how many times that shit happened where you traded a pair that you should have skipped for the day. Like for me, it happened so many fucking times. But by doing this, you're legitimately not even given the opportunity for that to happen. Generally, right? You're just not even letting the opportunity to happen because you're not even gonna watch these pairs for the rest of the session, right? So you're already removing that mistake for even having room to breathe because you're not even checking the fucking pairs, bro. Like you're not even genuinely checking the pairs. You have no idea how much this helps you in terms of win rate, right? Okay, like now you already filter like all these fucking losses that were unnecessary, like when you were trading on a pair that you should have skipped for the day. Like it's you have even no idea how many mistakes you're avoiding by doing it, by just like committing to just not, okay, like I'm just not gonna check these pairs anymore. Then the second part is alerts, right? Most of us wait for zones or for certain zone closures, I wait for inversions or gaps. Most of us wait for like gaps or inversions, or you know what I mean. Again, another mistake that I've did so many fucking times is not waiting for my zone before trading, and I got stopped out so many fucking times doing that because I was generally retarded. I wasn't patient enough to wait for my alerts to get hit, right, or wait for my zone to get hit. But now what you're doing with this workflow is you're placing an alert, and until that alert gets hit, you're not touching the trade. How are you gonna do that, and how is it easier to do that? Is by you playing video games, or by you doing some whatever bullshit you want to do, right, to help pass time. You're not checking the charts, but you're not touching shit until your alerts get hit. So then you eliminate, right, you eliminate the case of you even being remotely close to not respecting, like not waiting for your PY to get hit. So now, like, no matter what happens, you're not trading until that alert gets hit. It's that simple, bro. You're not gonna do it. And then look at that, you already eliminate so many fucking emotions. Then the last thing that you have is entries. Oh shit, I'm dead. Like, you have your analysis, your filters, and you chose the pair that you want to trade for the day. You place an alert on where you want to see price come or retrace into or invalidate a zone, right, close above or below a zone. And then when that alert get hit, that's the only time you're checking the charts. That's the only time you're checking the charts, when that alert gets hit, because that's the only time where your trade gets validated. You're just not gonna touch the trade until now, and it's not hard, bro. Just trust me, it's not hard, bro. How are you gonna make it easier for yourself to actually stick to that analysis and wait for that alert? Well, it's very fucking simple. You don't watch the chart. Like, you do something else. That's why I'm playing video games. I actually stay and wait for that alert, so time passes by more easily, right? So I'm not sitting there and watching every single candle and getting impatient to wait for my trade and end up getting an impulse because of an entry that I get before, like, getting into my zone, and then I get impatient and then I don't wait for my trade. That's why you do something else. Even if it's video games, even if it's some other work that you want to do, it generally doesn't matter, right? And then it's so easy. I use video games to help pass time and make sure that I'm staying disciplined and waiting for my alerts. Oh my god, I'm so trash, bro. Like, you see, like, now I'm playing a video game and look what price did. Just nothing. It just stalled. It didn't do nothing. If I would sit here and watch this PA, I would just get annoyed at, oh my god, bro, like, why is price not moving anywhere? And then I would start looking at other pairs and try and maybe force a trade. You know what I mean? Okay, then when alerts get hit, this is the most important part where you need to apply discipline, because in entries you're gonna have a lot of impulses, right? Is the time where you have the most amount of impulses. Just know that, right? Oh no, I didn't. It's the time where you're gonna have the most impulses. So here it matters for you to stay really aware of yourself and stay patient and actually wait for like a clean entry. Here you're gonna have the most impulses. Maybe you get a FOMO, maybe you get a bad entry and you want to force, all sorts of things. And this is where you need to stay patient and really be cautious and really be, I just call it impulse control. That's it, bro. Okay, then the last thing, right? Let's say you waited for an entry, waited for a clean entry, you executed. What's the last thing you do? Like, many of you guys be sitting and watching every single fucking tick of a trade happen, bro. Like, that's what most of you guys fucking do. Do you think that generally helps? You know what that does? It makes you even more emotional, and what is gonna happen after that? You make a trade management mistake. First, you're gonna do the same fucking thing you did until you wait for an alert. You do something else. You play a video game, you work on something else, you go outside or whatever type of bullshit, or you have a job, you work a job, or whatever you try to do, right? Don't watch the fucking trade. Why? Because then you're gonna get emotional and start doing like some stupid mistake. It's not hard, bro. Like, it's not hard to be profitable. You just have to stop being glued to the fucking charts. Stop being glued to the charts and use this fucking workflow that I'm telling you to use. It's so simple to be profitable like this because it minimizes so many mistakes. By the way, as like a basis, you should have like a very, very mechanical trade management system. Like, I'm a very intuitive trader, and not even me, I can fucking manage my trades intuitively. I can't, because intuition gets overridden by emotion. And while being in a trade is where the most amount of emotion is gonna exist. It just is. So the best idea for you to actually stay consistent is have a strict management system, and that's it. You don't need nothing more than that. You need a strict management system that gets taken care of itself on its own. Once you're in a trade, what do? You don't fucking watch it, because you watching it will not change anything. Like, if you have a strict management system, what is the point of watching the trade if it's gonna, it's like, you, despite you watching it or not, the trade is gonna play the same fucking way, bro. Like, the same fucking way. Nothing's gonna get changed whether you watch the trade or not. You're actually gonna make it worse by watching the trade, because you're gonna get more emotional and more emotional, and the chances of you disrespecting or breaking your rules get higher, because emotions get higher. You become more prone to break your rules while being in a trade, pretty much. Because it's logic. You're the most emotional when you're in a trade. Then the times when you're most prone to break your rules is when you're the most emotional. So then just don't fucking watch the trade, so you don't get emotional and don't increase the chance of you breaking your rules. What am I doing now? What is the main reason I'm not sticking to my analysis? The main fucking reason for me doing that is because I watch the fucking chart. That's generally the fucking reason. That's why you don't stick your analysis, because you watch the fucking charts, you see something, a lower time frame entry, you get an impulse, oh my god, I should take this entry, and then you take it regardless if it fits your analysis or not. So most of the problems causes you to break your rules is the fact that you're watching the chart generally, so you have to reduce it, right? Obviously you have to reduce it, and trust me, once you apply this workflow, it's gonna become so fucking easy for you to stick to your analysis, because you're not watching the charts, you're not getting no impulses, right? Then it's way 10 times harder for you to use willpower, hold yourself back from entering a bad trade, and doing that over and over and over again. So just reduce chart time. You have to understand that the time where you make the most decisions, the best decisions, is gonna be pre-market, when you're making your analysis. That's when you see the clearest, that's when you make the best decision, not while you're seeing a lower time frame impulse. It's not a discipline problem. It's not that, oh, I should be more disciplined to be able to fucking, I don't know, take care of these impulses, and not like, just like, even if I get an impulse, control myself and not trade it and not do it. But bro, like, instead of you like battling this and making it so hard for yourself, you can make it so easy for yourself, and so more highly likely to stick to your scenario that you had by just not watching charts. It's that fucking simple, bro. Good alert got hit. What am I doing? Getting ready to fucking execute. This would be, what do I need to see? A gap. That's it. I want to see the closure above here. I want to see this gap continue and us forming that gap. Now we rejected it. This is the only time you should be monitoring your, like, the charts, when you, like, when that alert gets hit and you're about to have an entry. It's the only time where you should watch it. Dude, did you see me watch every single fucking candle of this? No, I played a video game. Yeah, video games might not be productive, but they're productive if it helps you from making stupid mistakes in trading. But just play video games. Oh god, like, just play video games while you're waiting for your alert to get hit. And why video games is such a good option is because video games are immersive. You actually need to fucking play. If you're gonna do some boring fucking work that you can pause at any time, trading is just gonna suck you in. Like, video games, like, legitimately require you there to be involved, like a competitive video game like League, like CS, like things like that. The trading is like a fucking vacuum of attention. If you're not doing something that is as immersive as trading will just suck you in. If you're doing some like copywriting or some shit that is generally boring and that you can pause at any time, trading is just gonna suck you back in. Oh look, now we have our entry validated. What the fuck am I gonna do? Take the fucking trade. Oh, damn. Okay, so on my phone somehow I'm tapped in on my MetaTrader. I'll take that. Oh god, I'll take that shit. Play something that is immersive, right? Do something that is immersive. But, and as I said, like there's really not many things that are as immersive as League. Yeah, you might say, oh my god, but video games are not productive. But also there's nothing that can combat like trading's vacuum of attention as video games. There's nothing else. Genuinely, there's nothing fucking else that is as immersive as video game. That's how you must combat it. There's no other ways. You can only combat it by doing something as immersive as trading, and the only thing that is like that is just video games, because video games require you to be here. Like, you see me, I require to be here. I can't just fucking pause it. I need to be here and actually pay attention, right? So use video games to help you not watch trades. Yo, oh my god, damn, there it goes. Oh my god, we fucking melted, bro. Sadly, I didn't catch this on my main accounts. We just got edged, really, but I'm happy with, I passed this account today, bro. I did make a greedy play in terms of like letting it run a bit more, but it's usually not a good habit. But I was confident that we're just gonna keep running. Oh wait, you can parachute now. I fucking forgot about that shit, bro. Come on, boy. Gucci flick flock. Gucci pichi pichi masak. Oh look, there he is. At least I got the last kill. So hard to be prof though, guys. Right, analysis. Okay, I'm bearish on AUDUSD from like very obvious reasons. 4-hour inverse, 1-hour inverse, draw. Right, like it was very clear that we're bearish on this pair. Very clean 1-hour inverse and buy sell liquidity rate into higher time frame. It's just like it's no doubt here that we're bearish. Right, okay, what is my trigger for my entry? This zone. Oh, alert. Boom. Alert gets hit. Oh, potential entry. Place entry, stop loss, TP. Play video games again, bro. Like, it's that fucking simple, bro. I swear to God, bro. Like, once you have like a profitable system, it's so fucking easy. But the problem is in the thing that most people don't understand, that how much fucking work it takes to reach this point. But I'm gonna talk about that as I'm gonna go smooth. Did today generally look like discipline to you, or it just looked like, I don't know? Did today look hard, or did it look easy to you? And I'm telling you, this shit is easy as fuck. Why? Because of the workflow. Like, most of you guys, if you're like 2-3 years, you have a model, you have a profitable model, but you just can't seem to stick to your rules. The reason for that happening is because your system, your workflow currently requires too much discipline, and it's too hard for you. It requires an inhuman amount of discipline. So what is there to do? Make it easier for yourself to stay disciplined and stay consistent, exactly how I did. I'm playing video games while I'm waiting for my alert to get hit, because it's easier to pass time this way rather than watching every single candle and getting all these sorts of emotions. Meanwhile, right, like, generally look how easy this shit looks, bro. I'm gonna do the same shit even when I'm gonna be in Bali, even when I'm gonna be making 10k 20 30k per month. I'm gonna be doing the same shit. Like, this is generally how easy it is for me to stick to my system. The hard part was until now, until I put in the thousands of hours of work in terms of live trading, in terms of backtesting, in terms of journaling, to build my model, and to also build the necessary intuition to the point where now if I'm making my analysis 90% of the time, I can predict bias. That was the hard work, but once you reach this point, it's about really making it easy for yourself to apply that. Right? It's so easy, bro. It's generally so fucking easy. People be looking at profitable traders like I am right now and seeing how easy it looks and having the expectation that that's how trading is gonna be. People, like, that's one thing that is deluding in a sense, or alluring about trading. Like, you see a profitable trader and you see how he trades, you look at him and then you're like, yeah, this is how easy trading is gonna look like. But you don't see the work below this process, the work that has been put in to reach this level of process, bro. Like, as I said before, like, not only I went through the tens of days where I wanted to kill myself and end my life because I was tired of this shit, right? Because it was so fucking hard. I was keep making mistakes, and I was getting tired of not moving anywhere, not having a social life, not pretty much having anything. Like, I went through that shit many days. No one sees that shit, right? Because no one really documents that. Because when you're in these moments, the hardest thing for you to do is to keep documenting it. Like, the last thing you want when you're in that inner state is to document it, like, genuinely. 2 hours spent per one journal in my break-even phase. Like, I was journaling one trade for 2 hours. I had backtest, like 12-hour days where I used to backtest. I watched pretty much, I don't remember, like, even right now, I don't remember the last time I missed a session. Like, I just don't remember. Like, people don't see these things and expect, like, yeah, bro, look how easy it is, bro. Like, look how easy it is for this guy. That's how it must be for me. Like, it looks so flawless because of the thousands of fucking reps that have been put in to reach this place. It looks flawless, but it wasn't flawless, right? It wasn't never flawless. It was, and some people be expecting to turn profitable without putting in the work, right? I have a friend that is just like, yeah, never backtested in his life, never did proper journaling in his life, and expects to be profitable. Like, bro, like, the only reason I'm fucking here to this day, the only reason why the system looks so easy and I can be profitable right now, like, be it and doing such an easy job, is because of the thousands of hours of work that I put in. That's the only reason why it's so easy. Like, there's no other way for it to be easy. There's no other ways, because it's all the experience that I've gained all these years to reach the level, right, as I said in my analysis, like if I wouldn't have all that fucking experience for 4 years, do you think I would ever be able to have such a good analysis and be so confident in a trade? Or do you ever think that shit would have happened? I'm telling you, it didn't. Journaling is extremely important, bro. I'm telling you, and I will tell you no matter how many times until you guys fucking realize, if you're watching this and not journaling, the only reason I reached this point in the first place is because of the thousands of hours spent in journaling. Live trading is fine, it builds experience, but that experience doesn't get absorbed in your brain if you don't fucking journal. You're just gonna forget it the next day. You're just gonna fucking forget it if you don't journal, if you don't break down what happened in each pair. If you don't do these things, you're just gonna forget it. And the only reason why I was able to build this level of intuition and this level of analysis and this level of like performance overall, it's only because of that. Generally, not because I live traded, because live trading is, yeah, whatever, like you're seeing how candles print. Like that's generally the only experience that you get. You're seeing how candles print. You have to treat this shit seriously. If you really want like results, you have to treat it seriously. You have to journal your trades. You have to look at your performance. Like if you think about a boxer, how does a boxer get better? Do you think he just fights and then gets on with the next day? No, bro, he looks with his coach. They're both looking at his match, studying what he did wrong, what he did good, how did he fight. What makes you different? What makes you think like trading is any different from generally? Because that's the way you improve. Like if you don't journal, you're never gonna improve and you're gonna never reach profitability. If right now you're unprofitable, the reason for you being unprofitable is because you haven't improved enough. It's logic. Right? It's fucking logic. If you are currently not getting the results you want to get, or not getting the results you expect, or a profitable trader gets, it's because you haven't improved enough. Even if it is in terms of system, even if it is in terms of workflow, no matter what it really is, it means you haven't improved enough. And how do you improve? You journal. Like genuinely, bruh. Journal in your notebook. You think I didn't journal these things? I have like a big ass notebook that I journal all these things in, like workflow, like inner state, like realizations about psychology and this, like some things you just can't journal in your trading, right? Like you cannot journal. I mean, you can journal about your psychology on your trades, but things about life, think about structure, think about your inner state, think about like all these things. I used to journal that in those like notebooks. That's how I improve. Like there's, like you guys don't understand, I reflect with GBT and I always improve with GBT. I have a realization pretty much every single day. I'm talking with GBT about my realization. Today I talked yesterday I talked with ChatGPT how like trading really is like a mental sport. Like you're basically like a mental athlete, right? You guys have to always talk with GBT because it helps it ingrain in your mind and it helps you improve with GBT. I always talk with that shit, bro. You guys have no fucking idea how much I talk with ChatGPT across the years. Since I basically started trading, I was always talking about, okay, this is what I want to do in my system. This is what I was thinking about. I realized that, okay, this, and that. Even just complaining sometimes. It helps, bro. Talk with GBT because GBT will help you fucking improve. I abused that shit for years. And GBT is just validating you, whatever, bro. Like for me, it actually helped me. It opened my eyes in many cases about what I need to do. When I needed advice, I would use to ask GBT because I wouldn't have anyone to ask advice from, and I would ask GBT, and GBT opened my eyes, and I can generally say like, yeah, it fucking helped me, bro. Like it's one big reason why I've improved so much along the years. It's a very huge reason why I improved so much along the years. Without it, I wouldn't have improved so much. In terms of psychology, how I think, how I view life, maturity, these things, right? I'm not gonna lie and say that, yeah, sometimes like ChatGPT gives really bad advice. Like sometimes it really does give bad advice because it cannot like fully comprehend how you think about things. Sometimes it gives bad advice, but that's like I'm usually able to spot if it's generally bad advice, because I usually don't take for granted anything that GPT says. Like always think about that shit. Like always think, is this actually good? Like it just let GPT plant ideas in your head, and then you think about it and think, oh yeah, is this actually a good idea? Is this actually something that I need to do? And so on and so forth. Just even if it gives bad advice, just by the fact that you talk with someone, right? You express what you're going through by you expressing it and talking with it, it crystallizes in your fucking brain.